Stop what you're doing because reality just slapped reality TV in the face. And this time, the drama isn't happening on a reunion stage with security guards holding back weaves. It's allegedly happening inside somebody's bedroom. Imagine this. Tamar Braxton, the Grammy-nominated diva who treats shade like an Olympic sport, allegedly caught getting a little too cozy with Mendeecees Harris, the man Yandy Smith has defended like he's a national landmark. Now tell me, what happens when the ride-or-die wife finally walks into the room and sees her loyalty repaid with whispers and pillow talk? Chaos, that's what. Teeth, furniture, cops, hashtags, and an internet inferno hotter than a Georgia heatwave. But here's the gag. Did Tamar really risk it all for Mendeecees, or was this one giant setup gone viral? Did Yandy snap because her patience meter hit 0? Or was this the master plan of a man who somehow thrives on turning his marriage into primetime soap opera content? Tonight, we're diving headfirst into scandal so wild it makes a love and hip-hop reunion look like Sesame Street. Buckle up, grab your popcorn, and don't blink, because what you're about to hear will break the internet twice. Stop what you think you know about reality TV, because last night the lines between television drama and real life allegedly blurred in a way that nobody saw coming, and it all centers around Tamar Braxton, the Grammy-nominated diva whose name alone can ignite controversy faster than a spark in gasoline. Tamar has long been a magnet for headlines with her unapologetic flair, Instagram live meltdowns, and a history of feuds that read like a reality television syllabus, and now sources claim she allegedly crossed a line that even her most loyal fans would find shocking. At the heart of the story is Mendeecees Harris, a man whose history alone makes people lean in when his name is mentioned, and his longtime partner Yandy Smith, a woman who has defended him through scandals, jail time, and public humiliation for over a decade, seemingly proving that loyalty can withstand almost anything until it doesn't. Allegedly, the spark that set the fire off started in a popular Atlanta club, where eyewitnesses reportedly saw Tamar and Mendeecees together, laughing, whispering, sharing what looked like secrets and smiles that some say went far beyond friendly conversation. The kind of chemistry that makes onlookers question what boundaries exist when fame, ego, and desire collide in public spaces. What happened afterward allegedly turned a night out into a storm that no one could have predicted, with Mendeecees reportedly accompanying Tamar back to her location, and sources say that was when the calm before the storm began, because what awaited allegedly wasn't casual or ordinary, but a confrontation that would make even seasoned reality TV producers stop and take notes. Yandy Smith, known for her patience and ability to handle years of public scrutiny without ever cracking under pressure, reportedly walked into her own home and was met with an alleged scenario that reads like a script for a primetime soap opera, with Tamar allegedly caught in a compromising situation with Mendeecees, and what followed was chaos that reportedly involved shouting, overturned furniture, and allegedly physical altercations that left neighbors calling authorities and social eye. Media exploding in real time as news, whether verified or not, traveled faster than anyone could process. The alleged scene described by anonymous insiders paints a picture of tension so thick, you could almost feel it radiating from the walls, with Tamar reportedly attempting to explain herself. Mendeecees allegedly caught somewhere between shock and confusion, and Yandy Smith allegedly unleashing the full force of years of bottled-up frustration and loyalty, betrayed all in a moment that turned what was meant to be a private residence into the epicenter of viral controversy. Reports claim that Funky Deneva, who allegedly drove Tamar to the location and became an unwitting witness, attempted to clarify his role on social media, insisting that he was simply the driver and not involved in any drama. But as is often the case with viral moments, his statements reportedly added fuel to the fire, with some fans questioning whether he was really neutral or just caught in the perfect storm of celebrity chaos. Social media reactions allegedly ranged from people applauding Yandy's decisive action as a protective wife to others criticizing the escalation as extreme, and all of it was amplified by memes, speculative commentary, and fans dissecting every blurry photograph, every alleged message, and every moment of the confrontation as if they were detectives piecing together a case that didn't exist in any official sense. Tamar Braxton's reputation, built over years of music, television, and public antics, allegedly took a new turn that night as sources claimed her appearance on camera afterward showed signs of bruising and distress, which in turn sparked debates online about the line between reality and spectacle. about whether fame excuses recklessness, and about how quickly public perception can swing from admiration to scandal. Meanwhile, Mendeecees Harris reportedly maintained a low profile, staying out of public statements and leaving the narrative largely in the hands of observers and online commentators, which some say only added to the intrigue as people speculated. Whether his silence was tactical, cowardly, or simply the calm eye of a storm unfolding around him. The alleged confrontation reportedly extended beyond the immediate participants as neighbors, onlookers, and social media users all became part of a digital audience that dissected the scene in real time with alleged leaks, blurry club photos, purported insider messages, and eyewitness accounts painting a picture that was more drama than reality, and yet so viral it dominated feeds across platforms. Analysts, real and self-proclaimed, reportedly debated the potential fallout, including legal consequences, contract complications, and the delicate balance of celebrity image management, while the public simultaneously consumed every detail with a mix of horror, fascination, and humor, as if they were witnessing a live broadcast of a cultural phenomenon in motion. The alleged chain of events, starting with a night out and ending with a bedroom confrontation, reportedly triggered a cascade of online speculation, conspiracy theories, and commentary that positioned Tamar, Yandy, and Mendeecees at the center of one of the most talked about moments in reality television history, whether verified or purely speculative, and every minute detail, from the timing of arrivals to the rumored injuries and cryptic social media posts, was scrutinized, analyzed, and turned into content by a digital audience hungry for drama. What makes this alleged scandal even more riveting is that it reportedly impacts not just the personal reputations of the individuals involved, but also the business and entertainment ventures surrounding them, as speculation about halted projects, sponsorship concerns, and the potential for legal scrutiny circulated rapidly, creating a tension that mirrors the chaos of the night itself. The reported involvement of trusted associates like Funky Deneva, the rapid spread of memes, and the constant commentary from fans and observers turned a private conflict into a global conversation almost instantly, making it impossible to separate rumor from reality and ensuring that every move, post, and statement from the alleged participants was examined under a microscope. According to sources who may or may not exist, every alleged glance, every whispered word, and every action that night contributed to a narrative so compelling that it eclipsed the usual celebrity gossip and became a story that people couldn't look away from, a story that blended scandal, suspense, and spectacle into a perfect storm of viral content. From alleged bruises and shouted accusations to the internet dissecting every second, that night reportedly became a defining moment for Tamar Braxton, Yandy Smith, and Mendeecees Harris, a moment where loyalty, temptation, and fame collided, with explosive consequences that continue to ripple through social media feeds, blogs, and online discussion threads, leaving audiences around the world questioning not just what happened, but who these players really are, how far they might go, and what the limits of public scrutiny and private chaos truly are. As the alleged bedroom chaos unfolded, the story reportedly took on a life of its own, spreading across social media faster than anyone could process and turning every comment section, Twitter thread, and Instagram story into a battleground of opinions, conspiracies, and theories, with fans picking sides almost instantly and fueling a digital wildfire that made the incident impossible to ignore. Eyewitnesses allegedly described the scene as part reality TV, part wrestling match, with voices raised, furniture knocked over, and emotions running so high that even bystanders were reportedly frozen in disbelief, unsure whether to intervene or simply record for posterity. Tamar Braxton, reportedly caught in the middle of the storm, allegedly tried to defend herself with words, gestures, and cryptic social media posts, attempting to explain her side of the story while simultaneously managing a public persona that thrives on drama, music, and visibility. Sources, anonymous but juicy, claim that Mendeecees Harris, who was allegedly present throughout the confrontation, remained eerily silent. A man who has weathered scandals, rumors, and personal battles in the past, but now reportedly found himself at the center of a narrative that even he could not control, a narrative that spread across feeds and blogs almost as fast as it happened. Yandy Smith, allegedly the instigator of what some are calling the bedroom showdown, reportedly confronted Tamar with a mixture of anger, disappointment, and a fierce determination to defend her marriage, turning years of patience and loyalty into what sources describe as a dramatic eruption that left everyone in the vicinity stunned. Social media reactions allegedly ranged from outrage to applause, with some fans calling Yandy a hero who stood up for her family and others accusing her of excessive force, turning what was a personal dispute into a global conversation about loyalty, morality, and the public consumption of private lives. Meanwhile, Funky Deneva, who reportedly drove Tamar home and inadvertently became part of the chaos, went live on Instagram attempting to clarify his involvement, insisting that he was merely the driver and had no role in any alleged altercations. But his explanations reportedly only intensified speculation, with some users suggesting that his presence somehow tied him deeper into the drama and others praising him for surviving unscathed while the world around him allegedly imploded. Allegedly leaked reports, blurry photos, and supposed insider accounts began circulating online, giving the public the sense that they were witnessing a full-blown investigation into the private lives of celebrities, with every movement, gesture, and comment dissected in painstaking detail. The alleged timing of the confrontation reportedly added fuel to the fire, with Tamar allegedly arriving home only moments before Yandy's dramatic entrance, creating a perfect storm that turned what might have been a quiet night into viral chaos. According to some sources, witnesses claimed that the energy in the room was electric, the tension palpable, and the exchange between Tamar and Yandy so intense that furniture, decor, and personal belongings were reportedly caught in the crossfire, adding to the narrative of a domestic scene transformed into spectacle. Mendeecees, according to insiders, reportedly remained passive but visible, allegedly caught between two forces and unsure whether to intervene or allow events to play out, a man whose silence reportedly spoke volumes and left the public speculating about his true feelings and intentions during the alleged drama. The alleged fallout, even in the immediate hours following the confrontation, reportedly extended beyond the personal, with social media commentators, bloggers, and podcasters diving into every possible angle, creating a web of speculation that included everything from professional jealousy and hidden motives to long-term grudges and premeditated strategies designed to manipulate public perception. Allegedly, some sources claimed that Tamar's professional projects, sponsorships, and upcoming music releases were put at risk due to the timing of the incident, with brands and collaborators reportedly questioning whether association with such a public scandal could affect reputations and business outcomes. Memes, photoshopped images, and satirical videos allegedly exploded online, turning Tamar, Yandy, and Mendeecees into characters in a story that felt scripted yet entirely unpredictable, with the public consuming, analyzing, and commenting on every detail as if they were part of a jury for a case that didn't officially exist. Some alleged insiders reportedly suggested that the confrontation might lead to legal action, with lawyers potentially preparing to evaluate claims of assault, self-defense, and damages, turning a private altercation into the subject of hypotheticals and courtroom scenarios that fans and digital commentators eagerly debated. The alleged emotional impact reportedly extended beyond the participants, with neighbors, onlookers, and fans alike claiming to feel the intensity of the moment through shared stories, social media posts, and videos, creating an environment where reality TV, celebrity culture, and alleged personal conflict merged into a spectacle that captivated millions. Allegedly, sources also claimed that the confrontation had financial ramifications, with potential brand deals paused, music projects reconsidered, and public perception influencing the decisions of sponsors, managers, and collaborators, all of which contributed to the sense that the alleged incident was larger than any one person or event and had ramifications across multiple domains. While Mendeecees reportedly maintained his silence, Yandy allegedly became the face of a narrative centered on loyalty, anger, and the defense of marriage, and Tamar reportedly faced scrutiny, criticism, and sympathy in equal measure, turning her alleged choices and reactions into public debate and online spectacle. Sources claimed that every alleged movement, word, and expression from that night became material for commentary, analysis, and satire, with fans theorizing about premeditation, timing, and the dynamics between all three players, resulting in an online frenzy that blurred the lines between truth, rumor, and entertainment. Allegedly, the public consumed every piece of information with a mix of fascination and incredulity, dissecting images, posts, and accounts in a way that transformed a private conflict into a cultural event, one that demonstrated the power of social media, celebrity influence, and viral speculation in shaping public perception. The alleged drama reportedly also created opportunities for commentary from bloggers, YouTubers, and influencers who claimed insider knowledge, amplifying The reach of the story and transforming it from a single incident into an ongoing narrative that captured global attention. As alleged reports, supposed eyewitness accounts, and social media speculation intertwined, Tamar, Yandy, and Mendeecees reportedly became central figures in a story that was equal parts scandal, suspense, and viral entertainment. A narrative where loyalty, temptation, and public scrutiny collided in ways that kept audiences talking long after the confrontation allegedly ended. Allegedly, by the time the dust settled that night, social media, blogs, and news outlets were saturated with discussion, analysis, and creative interpretations, turning a private incident into a global phenomenon and ensuring that the story would continue to ripple through public consciousness, influencing perception, speculation, and conversation for days, weeks, and possibly months to come. The alleged chaos didn't stop when the night ended. According to sources who may or may not have been sipping cocktails while observing from afar, the aftermath reportedly escalated into one of the most talked about controversies in reality television history, turning private drama into a global spectacle that consumed social media, blogs, and online forums with relentless intensity and speculation. Tamar Braxton, allegedly bloodied and visibly shaken, reportedly attempted to manage her public image while simultaneously grappling with the personal fallout, posting cryptic messages on Instagram that fueled even more theories about her intentions. Her judgment and her role in the alleged bedroom incident, while fans dissected every word, emoji, and tagged post as if it were evidence in a high-stakes trial. Mendeecees Harris remaining characteristically quiet, allegedly avoided public commentary, a silence that some interpreted as strategic and others read as guilt or complicity, leaving the public to construct narratives that cast him alternately as a pawn, a villain, or a secret mastermind, quietly observing the chaos unfold around him. Yandy Smith, meanwhile, reportedly found herself both praised and criticized, with some social media users hailing her as the ultimate protective wife who finally confronted years of betrayal and tension, while others suggested that her response may have been excessive, turning personal frustration into a highly public spectacle that blurred the lines between self-defense and aggression. Allegedly, Funky Deneva, who had driven Tamar and inadvertently become embroiled in the situation, went live on Instagram in a desperate attempt to clarify his role, insisting that he was merely a bystander and not a participant. But even his statements reportedly sparked debate, with fans questioning whether he truly remained neutral or was simply caught in a whirlwind of celebrity chaos, a man navigating a storm he never asked to be part of. Social media, as expected, reportedly exploded with memes, videos, and satirical content, turning every alleged moment into a punchline or a dramatic reenactment, with Tamar depicted in exaggerated scenarios, Yandy portrayed as a lioness protecting her domain, and Mendeecees imagined in countless interpretations ranging from bewildered observer to secret orchestrator, all feeding a digital frenzy that showed no signs of slowing down. Allegedly leaked reports, blurry images, and supposed insider messages circulated widely, creating the sense that the entire incident was under investigation by the public itself, with digital sleuths piecing together timelines, comparing social media posts, and speculating about what truly occurred in the hours leading up to and following the confrontation, turning the private lives of three individuals into a public case study of scandal, loyalty, and betrayal. The alleged fallout reportedly extended to Tamar's professional endeavors as well, with sources claiming that music projects, photo shoots, and brand collaborations were jeopardized due to the controversy, forcing management teams to scramble and strategize damage control while the public debate raged, evaluating whether the personal missteps of a celebrity could or should affect contractual obligations and financial commitments. Allegedly, legal experts, some real and some self-proclaimed, reportedly weighed in online, dissecting potential assault claims, self-defense arguments, and civil liability, offering hypothetical courtroom scenarios that fueled even more discussion and speculation, and creating an environment where the line between reality and commentary became nearly indistinguishable, leaving audiences fascinated and horrified in equal measure. The alleged psychological impact on the individuals involved reportedly became a topic of conversation as well, with commentators suggesting that the confrontation could have long-lasting effects on relationships, reputations, and personal well-being, turning a single night of alleged drama into a cultural moment that would reverberate across media outlets, fan discussions, and entertainment commentary for weeks to come. Memes and videos reportedly portrayed the alleged events in absurd, exaggerated, and sometimes darkly humorous ways, turning the narrative into an evolving story where fact, fiction, and exaggeration collided in the public eye, ensuring that no one could look away and that every detail, no matter how minor, was analyzed, shared, and debated endlessly. According to sources, the alleged involvement of bystanders and witnesses only amplified the spectacle, as people who were tangentially connected became characters in a drama that unfolded in real time, while online audiences created theories, reenactments, and commentary that blurred the boundaries between observer and participant, creating a viral storm that made traditional reporting seem tame in comparison. Allegedly, the timing of social media posts, cryptic statements, and supposed leaks created an environment of suspense and anticipation, leaving fans questioning whether events had been orchestrated, whether messages were authentic, or whether the entire scenario was a carefully constructed narrative designed to dominate headlines and feeds, with speculation and rumor feeding one another in a cycle that seemed impossible to break. Tamar's public image reportedly faced a critical test, as the alleged fallout affected not only perception among fans, but also potential business relationships, leaving sponsors and collaborators reportedly re-evaluating their associations, while Mendeecees' quiet demeanor allowed speculation to dominate, creating a sense of mystery and intrigue around his motivations, intentions, and involvement, and Yandy's decisive actions reportedly became a benchmark for loyalty and assertiveness in public discourse. Allegedly, every social media post, every interview snippet, and every alleged witness account contributed to a narrative that expanded beyond the initial confrontation, turning a private incident into a multi-layered story with emotional, financial, and reputational consequences, while the public consumed, commented, and theorized, turning three individuals into the central figures of a viral saga that had all the elements of suspense, scandal, and spectacle. By the time the alleged events had circulated fully online, the story reportedly became more than a personal altercation, evolving into a cultural phenomenon, one where fans debated morality, loyalty, and the limits of celebrity privacy, and where every alleged action, response, and statement was scrutinized, analyzed, and transformed into content that captivated global audiences, leaving the incident alive in conversation and memory long after the alleged night had ended. The alleged intensity of the confrontation, the speed at which it went viral, and the reactions of fans, commentators, and insiders reportedly ensured that Tamar, Yandy, and Mendeecees would remain at the center of speculation, discussion, and digital storytelling for a long time, creating a narrative where reality, rumor, and spectacle merged into a dramatic saga that kept audiences glued to screens, feeds, and threads, eager for every new development, insight, and alleged revelation, leaving the world wondering not just what had happened, but what consequences, personal or professional, would unfold in the days and weeks ahead. So now that you've seen the chaos, the alleged bedroom brawl, the viral fallout, and the social media explosion, it's time to ask yourself, who really came out on top in this scandal? Was Tamar reckless, crossing a line that even her fans couldn't defend? Or was Yandy justified in allegedly taking matters into her own hands and protecting her marriage with unmatched intensity? And what about Mendeecees? Was he quietly orchestrating chaos behind the scenes? Or simply the bewildered man caught in a storm he never asked for? Every post, every meme, every cryptic DM adds fuel to a fire that doesn't seem to be slowing down, and the public is the jury deciding how this story unfolds. We want to hear your hot takes, your wild theories, and yes, even your outrageous memes. Drop them in the comments, tag your friends, and let the debate explode. If this scandal shocked you, if it made your jaw drop, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a single twist, turn, or exclusive leak. Reality TV just collided with real life. And trust me, the story isn't over. Stay tuned because the next chapter is about to be even juicier.